All right, welcome back, Truth Seeker. I don't have the exact date that it will begin in April, but it will be sooner than later. And again, we're going to go back to a regularly scheduled evening show. For years, we did the Wednesday show, 6 to 9 p.m. Pacific, 9 to midnight Eastern. It's going to be a little bit different at this time. The show's going to be multiple times a week and probably not quite as long. Again, I'm planning on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific, which is a little late on the East Coast. It's 11 to 1 Eastern. It might actually be a little bit later start too, because we put down our little baby girl usually about 8 p.m. So it might actually turn to something like 8:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. I'd rather start it as early as possible. And again, Sweet Girl usually is in bed by 8, unless she's being difficult like last night. I'm getting calls already. I will take calls in just a second. I wanted to throw some ideas out there to kind of guide where I'd like the phone calls to go. I started a podcast last March, and I only did 4 episodes, and I was just already done with it because how bad the views were out of the gate. And it just frustrated me at the time because, again, I'm frustrated. I've been frustrated with doing this work now for going on 3 years. This latest channel, which has existed for 3 years, which is quite a miracle. That's longer than almost any channel's ever existed. But it just hasn't gotten any views. And I was hoping by branching out to podcasting, maybe we could get some life in the podcast there. And I asked people on the channel if they could please go and just click on the podcast. And I provided the link. Because I explained before I started the podcast that the way these things work is if you can get a bunch of views up front in your early episodes, it helps it reach more people. It tweaks the algorithm. And seemingly almost nobody from the channel was willing to do that. And it gets frustrating because it's like, God, the link is provided. I mean, we're talking about like making 2 clicks. You don't have to listen to the whole show. And again, the first episode got like 50 views in the first 4 days. And I just thought, out of all the people watching this, only 50 were willing to do that. And again, after doing 4 episodes, it had like a total of 300 views through the first couple weeks. And I was like, okay, this takes too much time to edit and upload and to get almost no views. And seemingly my watching community doesn't care. So anyway, that's not going to be the mindset this time. The mindset is it might very well be that way this time. But also for something to grow, you do have to be consistent. And I'm going to figure out one way or another to stay consistent with the podcast. And again, it can be presented as a YouTube video and then re-uploaded as a podcast. But this time around, also, I think I have to change the name of the show. The name of the show was Wake the F Up Radio. And I had trouble getting because I have this service that's supposed to upload it to all the different podcasting platforms, but a lot of them were rejecting it. And I think it was because of the name of the podcast. So I will be rethinking the name of the show between now and when this thing launches in April. And again, people did make music last year for these short-lived podcasts. Thank you to those people who did. I think rather than a music introduction, I want to put together a compilation of great audio cuts that just relate to the truth community, truth-seeking, truth-speaking. So if you want to call in today, if just something clicks in your brain, like, oh yeah, that would be a great, like when I was on TFR for years, I gave Chris Geo, who ran that network, a collection of clips that I liked. I liked the MLK Silence is Betrayal quote. I liked the Terrence McKenna quote. If you guys ever listen to TFR, it had that beginning with all those voices. And you might recall it had like this techno music. That was Chris Geo's thing. Chris was a techno music guy, but I gave him all the audio clips of the quotes I wanted, and he put it to that techno electronic sounding music. But again, just something like that. And I could even go back to the same quotes, honestly, because I still do like all those quotes. But maybe also just something for something fresh and new, something similar, but maybe even better. So when you think of like great quotes in history, again, pertaining to the type of topics we discuss, that would be a great contribution because I want to edit something together for a nice little intro to the show. And it doesn't even have to be there at the beginning of the show. If we don't quite have it made yet, we haven't figured it out, that's fine. It can be added in whatever episode we're at by the time we figure it out. And then also the other thing to call in about today is just things you would like to see in the show. Maybe something that you think I don't talk enough about. For example, we have Chris in Vegas. He's great with the sports decoding. He wants to become a regular member of the show. And again, if the show is structured that maybe the final 20 minutes of each show is Chris from Vegas calling in and doing his thing, that's perfectly fine. It's just kind of like when you watch your local news, a lot of times at some point in that hour block that they'll talk about the local sports coverage. I know there's certain people that would probably like Chris's segment above everything else because there are a lot of people in this community that care more about the sports than anything else. And yeah, anyhow, if you guys want to call in with your ideas, the must-have quotes, the must-have ideas. I'm also looking for regular contributors. We used to have Rambo as a regular contributor, and Rambo, I don't know. I don't exactly know what happened to Rambo other than the trolls got in his ear. He said he didn't want to. He said his last time I talked to him, he said that just coming on the stream was making people harass him in New York, so he didn't want to come back because he was having trouble dealing with the harassment. And he said he was trying to lay low and stay exclusive to Patreon, which I think is what he's done for the most part. I'm aware that he did do a recent podcast with Donut, and he had his webcam on and everything. So I thought, well, maybe he's gotten through that phase of being afraid, or who knows? Maybe he was just making excuses. But we got someone from my hometown calling in first. What's up, Portland?
Hi. How you doing?
Doing all right. What's going on?
I wanted to bring up. I don't know if you still follow the Rambo True Code.
I was just talking about Rambo. I mean, I haven't followed him really since he left the community. But yeah, what's up?
So I had a question because this is kind of a sports related thing. There's a decode that he's done with the 4819. Have you touched or talked about that the 4819, like the Delta flight that was upside down, and he kind of caught wind that there was some sports records that could have reached that coding, and they did. Like the Boston Celtics got it, and the what was the other one? The Winnipeg Jets got it too. Actually, I bet on that one. The game, they were like 48-7 or 48-18, and they ended up getting that 19, and I won some money. Now there's another one coming up with the Washington Senators, and they're 47 and like 16 or 17, so they'd have to lose 2 and win 1 to get it. What are your thoughts on that? Have you seen that?
I don't know about this 4819 code. It's news to me. So yeah.
Yeah, if you go to his, if you have his Patreon, he has a whole decode on it. He's been doing this since March, bringing this up. And
I think I saw on Donut he had that as the leading reason he liked Louisville to win the tournament, right? And they got bounced in the opening game. So I'm not sure that it's that there is something to that plane crash though in sports. It happened on Jordan's birthday.
Yeah, Jordan's birthday exactly on runway. I think 20.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to sell people on following that for a sports narrative, though, because I'm not mistaken that he had that as part of the reason Louisville he had for the tournament, who, again, didn't make it out of the first round. So,
but do you still do collabs with him, or are you guys not talking? Or I know at one time I thought you guys
I just talked about it before you just called in.
Oh, okay. I was calling, so I must have missed it. So I'll rewatch it.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
No, good work, and
all right. Thanks, man. Take care. Yeah, Rambo's welcome to come back, but honestly, I don't really think that much of Rambo, to be perfectly honest. I helped make him, I promoted him, and we all know what he did for people who follow TFR. It was really goonish and very, it was quite pathetic, really, what Rambo did. So, anyway, what's up, 913?
What's up? What's good, Zach?
Yeah, what's up?
I just want to say, first, I just want to say thank you for helping me wake up. It took a lot of my own work, but I probably wouldn't have been where I'm at now if it wasn't for you. And I figured I could help. Not so much with the podcast, because I personally never done that myself, but I have created multiple social media accounts. I've gotten millions of views, kind of on the same subject topic, so I know how to dance around the guidelines and whatnot. But it's all about short-form content, like TikToks, YouTube Shorts. That's the stuff we need to start capitalizing on.
Well, notice my YouTube Shorts get about 300 views on average. I don't feel like I can get around it. So,
Well, that's because you're doing it from your YouTube channel. But I promise you, if you start a brand new, fresh account, you'll get views just off them wanting to hook you with the views. Once you get views rolling in and you get enough followers, the followers will send out the videos themselves. So I mean,
well, what you're saying, I already know is 1,000,000% true. I do plan on starting new channels, and I'm getting a whole new setup here. So I'm going to get more into editing because that's where I've been lazy with my YouTube career. I have never done much with editing. I'm going to get that some of that better editing software and start trying to make some shorts that are just packed with visuals and information. And again, these videos you're doing are what, a minute and less?
Yeah, you want to definitely target, because everyone's attention span's so short right now. So you want to do like 30, 45 seconds. And for example, someone like you want to talk about the number 47, you can just start the video off like, what is Democrat, Republican, DC? What does that all have to do with 47? And just do basic visuals. There's an app I use. It's called Revid.ai. It's like maybe like a couple dollars a month and whatnot. And it makes the editing process super easy. You can just
what's it called again? What's it called?
Revid AI. So REVID.ai. It's
okay.
Super cheap, man. And that way you won't have to pay for any editors or anything like that. You could probably do it yourself. I do videos in like 20, 30 minutes on random stuff. I would say what I do. I don't know who's listening though. So maybe you can like send me an email or something and we can like communicate. But it's super easy, man. You can probably do it yourself.
Okay. I'll check that out. Revid.ai. Okay. All right.
Yes,
sounds good. All right. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
That's all, man.
Yeah. Take care.
Of course.
Yeah, what he just said, I'm already going that way, that I need to start making more short form content, and yeah, with a little editing, because people need that video appeal. So I'm thinking that's what the future is going to look like, is the weekly podcast. And I said Tuesday and Thursday to start, but I think I want to do Sunday night also. And I might just have to put everything on a different platform, because I'm pretty sure they've done something to this channel to make sure nothing gets any views. Because if you watch any content, they say you got to do shorts right now to get traffic, but I can't get any traffic on any short, just like I can't get any traffic on any video. So what he just said about starting a new channel, that might very well be true. And I think we might have to go away from the word gematria. I think that might be a flagged word in the algorithm. We might just need to just give it a new thing. We might just have to call it ABC123 in the ABC123 code. Yeah, and open up, just looking at the chat, you're saying the same thing I'm saying. I do think it's a flagged word. I think it's one that you are not supposed to say. And by the way, once I get the new audio set up, I'll have the phone calls going right through it, so it'll sound better than this. But I don't have any of that set up yet, but it's coming soon. What's up, 202?
Zach, yeah, not only would I recommend shorts, but I also I think you just need a rebrand, man. I feel like the Gematria name in the channel name is just I don't know. I just feel like that name just the word just doesn't really do well in the algorithm.
I completely agree. I think. Well, so in your mind, what's the new channel name? You got one off the top?
I mean, why not just Zachary K. Hubbard?
Well, I'm pretty sure that one's flagged too, because that was my channel. That for my first 16, the first 16 channels, that was the name of the channel.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess the community can come up with something, but definitely a rebrand, because it's not like Gematria is like dead or anything. I mean, it still gets views on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. Even I made a TikTok page a couple months ago, on Gematria, and I got a couple million views on a couple clips. So I don't think Gematria is dead. I just feel like just that name is definitely flagged in a lot of these platforms. So definitely a rebranding of the name for sure. So
all right, appreciate that. Yeah, I think you're right.
Also, Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the shorts, one of the biggest things is the hook. So, like the last caller was saying, just great hooks. For example, like the number 47 he was talking about, things like that. definitely.
Well, what I was thinking about doing on TikTok is just like an exclusive 201 thing, which is like a minute on a 201 example, because I could fill that up with probably 500 videos.
Yep. But that was all. That was all, Zach. Yeah, keep it going, man.
All right, appreciate it, 202. Good to hear you.
Yeah.
All right, take care, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to break back out the TikTok. So yeah, that's my project going forward, is to get better at video editing, because people do need that eye candy. And again, if you are good at video editing, you can pack a lot of information into the screen so that you're getting more than a minute's worth of information in a minute. So if we have the podcast and a lot of good short content, maybe we can turn things around here. What's up, 720?
Hey, man, what's going on?
Yeah, what's up?
I wanted to ask, who do you think you're up against here? Who do you think is controlling the algorithm? Maybe who's controlling the views?
Well, if you have the phone number to my show, it seems kind of just rhetorical to call in and ask me that. I mean, what do you think I'm going to say?
That's why I'm asking.
So you watched the show. What would I say?
Maybe the Jesuits, but I think maybe it's the Zionists, and that's why I asked. Is I think a different group of people are actually controlling the algorithm, and if you'll tailor it to who's actually controlling it and what they like and dislike, you'll get a lot more views. If you'll notice, the new wave right now on the internet is basically everything Nazi, and being a Nazi is actually a good thing, because everyone's kind of waking up to the fact that Zionists basically control the world and have got us in the shit that we're in now. So I think if you may change that algorithm to where it's not necessarily the Jesuits who may be controlling things, and it's the Zionists, then the algorithm will start to kind of work itself, because you've got people that know half the truth that you know right now, with millions of
followers. Well, the reality is, if I do talk about Zionism, it'll get more views, because that's what all the baby truthers are into, right? Every baby truther blames everything on Zionism, which we know is not the case. I mean, for example, the major earthquake the other day, completely synced with the Superior General and the Pope. What Zionist was it synced with?
You see what I'm saying, where you can kind of filter it through that, just to get the views and to get the hits that you want. And then you could talk about whatever you want.
Yeah, but it's disingenuous. So I don't really want to do that. He hung up. Yeah, it's like, I'm not gonna. I mean, that's what almost everyone does, right? They just say whatever to reach the algorithm, and it's like, why not just become a Trump supporter, flat earther, do every baby truther thing there is? So every baby truther is into all three of those things. Yeah, Trump and the Republicans. The Earth is flat. It's the Zionists. Nope. What's up, 202?
It was like, that guy has to be a troll. I mean,
yeah, he totally sounded like a troll. Yeah, exactly.
I was just sitting there laughing the whole time, like just wondering if you can identify him being a troll. I mean, who comes on the phone and who do you think is running the algorithm? I mean,
just stupid, right? He's probably one of the trolls that hangs out on Patreon all day. It's like, how many times I have to show you the Jesuits run big tech?
Oh Lord, but anyway, I just had to call it with that.
All right, man. Take care, 202. Yeah. So if anybody has any ideas of any great audio clips that should be part, because I think it is important to have an introduction to the show. And the other thing that I should have done all these years is just like a short synopsis of this letters and numbers code, where it comes from. You know, just like at the beginning, you're watching a movie, you always get like the warning, blah, blah, blah. You know, just it can be real quick at the beginning of each video for all the new people. I have to get a new phone number, though, as well, to start a new channel with monetization, because they do keep all your records in their archives. That's part of the reason I haven't started another channel. I don't have any active phone numbers that haven't been used up for creating a new channel. And yeah, that is one little problem I got. So I suppose I could change a phone number. But that's difficult. Nobody really wants to change their number. Okay. If you're in the chat asking if there's a number you can call in, it's on the screen. I also dropped the link if you want to join it the other way. What's up, 202?
Yo, Zach. I know I keep calling in, but I just have the answers to like all your questions. I run several YouTube channels, and the way to get around the numbers thing, there's an app I use called like TextNow, I think, on Apple. But you can use like their number, like those phone calling apps. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Well, it doesn't work with it doesn't work with the Google phone number app. It detects that that's like the app, and it doesn't let you do that.
Yeah, the app I use is called I think it's called TextNow or Text and Free, something like that. It's on the App Store, but their number I only pay I think it's like $2 a month or something like that. Okay. And I'm able to use that account, that phone number to create a YouTube channel. So just.
Okay, I'll look into that. I'll look into that because it would be good to create a new channel.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you. Text Now. Try the Text Now app. Okay, I'm going to write that down. Okay. What's up, Joey?
Yo, I got a name for a new channel.
Okay. After Joey, we got Mason with us, but I'll let Joey go first, and then we got Mason. Go ahead, Joey.
Call it the Alphabet Coup.
The Alphabet Coup?
Yeah, you know the definition for the word coup, right?
Like to overthrow?
Right.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Thanks, Joey. Take care, man. What do you guys think about the Alphabet Coup? I don't know if I like the Alphabet Coup personally. Let me make sure I got my audio right so Mason's not echoing. What's up, Mason?
Yo, Zach, how you doing, man?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing good. It's actually funny you mentioned that because I've watched a bunch of podcasts this week, and some of them, Andrew Wilson, big name, he's popping up a lot. And I kind of think to myself, as he's spreading, his influence, if you do something to that regard, it may actually incentivize more people to come and debate you and learn more about the topic at hand versus just trying to always dismiss it.
Sure.
So I think you should create a platform for that. As far as for the name, I mean, that's not really something I'm great at. I'm great at just coming up with stuff off the spot. But I was just saying you definitely should do that though. And also in the beginning, I think maybe for the first few podcasts, I think you should dedicate maybe about I would even say like between 5 to 10 minutes just for like really fleshing out what Gematria is and its origins, or maybe just for the podcast, just speak about the origins for like maybe a 3 to 5 episodic series, sure, and then continue on with just a regular podcast.
Well, just so you know, that is what I did last year. I didn't go too heavy on the numbers, and I just explained where this whole thing comes from in the first episode, but the thing never got off the ground. And granted, I only did 4 episodes, and I just got frustrated and said, okay, I don't have time to be editing and doing all this if it's going to get 400 views in a week.
Right.
So, but yeah, no, I completely agree. And I also think I need to, because people just don't like numbers. People just don't like numbers, which is a fact. I need to do less. Still have the numbers as part of it, but just it has to be less. Talk
just
more about these
numbers they fly over people's heads because especially today's day and age, people are so fixated on events, especially because they keep coming at you like rapidly. I mean, you think of sports, for example, Nikola Jokic, also the numerology in that when he dropped the 30-point triple-double, right? But no one's really talking about that, even though that only happened like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
They only knew the numbers. Nuggets equals 30.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just to a point to where, and also when he got that last, I think it was that last assist, you could tell that was those are pony points. It was, that lane was so wide open for him to score that.
Who even plays defense anymore? This Proctor guy on Duke is the assignment that you're not allowed to guard him. He's always wide open. He gets easy layups to the hoop. I'm like,
Thank
put
you.
me out there, man. I'm sore. I'm 40-some years old. I know I can guard this guy better than these young 20-year-olds. What is going on?
But what I think it's a combination of coaching, but also because, again, these guys are all Jesuit. They're Jesuit primed candidates, right? So what I think it is, they're coaching these players because they're being told not to do so. So these numbers can fluctuate. Because you got to think, if you play defense the way you did in the 80s and 90s, especially, it would be much harder to generate these numbers. And you also notice like more athletes are starting to die younger and younger, and the scores of these games are getting higher and higher. So I think there's a purpose to where they want more points and they want more numbers in order to do more rituals. So that's probably where I would look at it. Because you think of back in the day, you needed like legitimately great players in order for these numbers to go through. But nowadays, because anyone can score so easily, especially when you trim the fat of the NBA rules, anyone can drop 30 at a given night. They're all talented, right? And then if you can take 3 to 4 steps before you even have to dribble a ball, right?
Or you can carry all day. I hate that about the NBA. Everybody carries now. It's just ridiculous. It's like,
yeah, absolutely. And Kevin Durant's the worst when it comes to carrying, and people call him the greatest scorer of all time. But it's like, well, he doesn't have the rules that the older players had to. So I would like to see what he would do. I mean, put some of these guys in Europe where they still do go by the traditional rules, and it would be a completely different game for them. There was actually a clip. I forgot who was playing, but it was the United States. They went to Europe and were playing them, and they were getting called for travels and a whole bunch of other rules that don't get enforced and especially in major sports leagues now. If I knew what the clip was, I would actually try to send it to you. But
okay, well, I like all the ideas. I'm in agreement with everything you said. Everything going well on your end? You're doing all right over there?
Oh yeah, our child is in the 97th percentile, so she's a big girl.
Yeah. Mom's got mom.
Yeah, I know. We have an appointment coming up this Tuesday, but it's probably just going to be just measurements, health and just health and wellness kind of ordeal. But it's probably going to be between the next 2 and 4 weeks. She's going to be here, so I'm probably thinking it's going to be 2 because just our little girl is really big. So
sure, yeah, they might want to get her out of there earlier, right? Yeah,
pretty much, yeah, But
well, that's exciting.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely excited. A little scared, not gonna lie, but it's first child, but definitely.
Some coffee in the house, man, is gonna come in the clutch.
And I don't even drink coffee, but I might have to start.
Yeah, I didn't used to drink coffee either, but now I drink it every day. So
yeah. But I didn't want to take up too much of your time. I just wanted to give some insight. Plus, I hadn't been here in a while, so kind of want to check up, see how you were doing.
All right, Mason, appreciate it, man.
Yep.
Congrats on the child. It's going to be fun.
Yep. Thank you very much.
All right. You take care.
You too.
All right. Yeah. The link is in the chat if you guys want to join that way. The phone is open if you guys want to call back in. Speaking of sports, did you see Houston was up with 34 points yesterday at halftime? Tennessee equals 34, pick up their 34th win of the year. Again, very consistent patterns from college to pro. And everyone's always got the same questions. Well, how do they make the score exactly that? Again, technology. I think that's a big part. A common phrase in basketball is, man, there's like a lid on that rim. I think there is like a technological lid a lot of time when those balls just aren't falling. Then sometimes you're seeing everything sink. What was it? Arkansas gave up that huge lead to, was it Texas Tech? I'm trying to remember who they were playing. I think it was Texas Tech, but go back and look at that shot that tied it at 72 all. It looked like that ball got sucked through the rim. Looked like that should have been front iron. Well, what's up, 313?
How you doing, Zach?
I'm doing all right. What's going on?
Good afternoon. How are you? This is Steve, Zach. Yeah. I was just calling in because I was interested, and just to let you know that I'm a follower of your channel, and just to let you know that my cousin had kind of told me about your channel, and when he told me about it, I don't know, like ever since like you told me about your channel and your content. I've been following your channel like for the last about almost 4 months, and just to let you know that the work that you put in, the work that you put in, you do a very, very excellent, outstanding job. And I just want to say that, Zach, I salute you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
And yeah, and just to let you know, like when you were saying about like some ideas about your open up a podcast, I just think just out of curiosity, I just think like what would make it great if you I'm just giving you some thoughts, like maybe some sound bars, or not sound, but like because in order to like to make it work, make it come along very well, is you can like add some like the intro, because I know you're probably gonna put definitely an intro in it, and put the music, like some music sound bars, because like the other day when I was watching your one of your channels, and I think you was saying something about you were going to probably add some sound bars something to it to go along. So I just think that would be a good great idea to go along with it. Because again, Zach, I watch your videos every day, all day.
Yeah, we did have some people make some songs that were pretty good, and I did use them in the podcast I started last year. It's just the thing got no views, so I gave up on it, and I have to change the name of the show, I think, because I think it was too foul. Wake the F Up Radio, they weren't allowing me to upload it on a lot of platforms. But I agree, a good song and a good hook, and we do have a lot of musicians in the community. So if you're somebody who wants to help out with that idea, you're more than welcome to, and I'd appreciate it.
Right, most definitely. And yeah, most definitely. Just let you know, did you see that game last night, Zach, that Michigan game and the Auburn game? Because I know when you might have looked at it and you got a bunch of views. I don't know, like what's your thoughts about that game? Because I'm like a Michigan State like a fan, but the way it's like that, I don't know. I mean, you know what? Like you said before, like the way these games, and it's funny because like I've been telling people, I think because again, I follow your work. I've been telling people like a lot of these games, the way these games, like the way they play out, is like you said, is that they're all scripted and rigged, because they were, even though that again, because Tom Izzo, like he been in the game, been coaching for 30 years, but it's together fascinating, because you would think that they would probably maybe let them get up there, but I don't know. Like, what's your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts on that? Like, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you what. I was happy that Michigan State lost by 6, because that was my advice yesterday, was to take them at plus 6.5 on the 6 date numerology. They did have a narrative to potentially upset, but again, you have all 4 seeds that made it to not 4 seeds. You had all 1 seeds make it to the Final Four for the second time in history, and the last time it happened was in San Antonio. I didn't actually see any of the Auburn-Michigan State games, so I didn't see the way it played out. But what I do know is Bruce Pearl stayed on 124 losses with his team, and Florida equals 124, and they will be playing Florida next. So.
Right. Yeah. You know, it's funny because, like, I remember one day, like, because I watched the Big Ten. I watched it like mostly every other day, or maybe the other day. And it's funny because I remember it was a coach. I believe his name. I don't know who he coached, but I don't know. I think he was coaching one of them teams. I think his name was Mark something. But I believe, you know, it's funny because these people, like when they were actually talking about like some of the plays, some of the plays and the what's the name. I mean, it's funny because when one of them actually mentioned the comment, and it's funny because this is why people have to sit back, and I think you have to sit back and kind of like pay attention and study, pay attention and kind of see how this stuff play out, because like you said, time and time again, back. They put this stuff in people's face, and people just cannot they can't what's that, like, see peep it out and peep game that the way they put all this stuff out here, how they literally are doing this stuff, they gotta like doing it on purpose. But again, like you said, time after time again, Zach, you are so right, my brother. All these games, they're all scripted and rigged, and like you said, people have to. The knowledge of what you teach, that I believe people have to really people have to wake up. They have to really understand. I mean, wake up, because this stuff, like you said, it's just bad. It's bad how they literally taking these people out by the numbers. Like you said, every day they out. It's bad. So the way I wanted them to get it, but like you said, it's just they put this stuff. It's just all in the what's the name? How they want like certain teams to actually win it, certain ones to win it. But like you said, the people that's running it, so like you said, is the Jesuits. So you're right. You're absolutely right. So I say, you know what? Hey, I know that. That I'm not gonna sit up here and give out, even though I was mad about that. Hey, you know what? Hey, it is what it is. It's just, hey, it is what it is. It's just sad. So yeah, you're right. You're so right. You're right, Zach. You're right, my brother. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Well, I appreciate the enthusiasm, and thank you for calling in today. And I'll take your advice on getting the hook for the show. I think you're right about that too. So thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Zach. Yeah, and again, keep on doing your thing, Zach. Listen, keep on doing your thing, my brother. Don't let nobody sit against you, because you already know you're gonna have trolls. You're gonna have people that's gonna say stuff, come against you, all this stuff. But again, keep on doing what you're doing, my brother. Keep on doing it. Don't keep on doing it.
Well, I'm going to try and do it better, because, I mean, here's the way I feel. It's like, in the early days of basketball, people shot free throws underhanded, right? They go up there and they shoot those things underhanded. I feel like that was the way the game started, and that was all right, but we got to evolve into the cleaner, above the shoulders type of shot. So I appreciate it, man.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Zach. Take care, Zach.
All right, yeah, you too. Take care. I always got people in the chat always trying to say things like, I see the way you treat your fans. Do I ever treat anyone poorly other than assholes? Like, people always come here and cry like I did something to Rambo. I never did anything to Rambo other than give him a half hour every week, promote him, help people get on his Patreon, help change his life. And he started listening to trolls and creating drama on my show. And that wasn't cool. And there's also the thing about how I've always been a little bit suspect of him, because when the whole job thing was supposed to happen, he just did nothing, and it made me like drag my feet waiting for him. And I was like, okay. And now seeing in the chat, somebody said he's been collaborating with that who, another guy who used to beg to come on TFR for me to promote him, and I did, and that's all I ever did for him. And now he's always trying to put dirt on my name. So I find it funny they're working together. And the thing about Rambo is I did like Rambo's information, but it was highly repetitive. I mean, if you just wanted to hear about Sirius every single week in the Hangman card and tarot, I mean, and as far as I can tell, that's still where Rambo's content is, Sirius and the Hangman. And that's fine. He specialized in those things, but it is super redundant. So... But yeah, I do think Rambo's work is worth checking out. It's just, I don't know if I'd really care to even, he's welcome to call back in, but he's not going to be a regular contributor again. So. All right. I do got to wrap this up here because I got to go pick up Sweet Girl in a second. If anybody else has an idea they really want to get out there for the show, what we've heard is got to get back into short videos, or really into it, because I've never really done it that much. And I already had that idea. I'm planning on learning how to edit and making good short videos. And I was thinking about a TikTok channel that's just all about 201. And maybe even just do multiple channels. Have one all about 47, have one all about 33. I feel like that would be effective, because isn't that kind of how TikTok works? You go in, then it keeps feeding you videos, but maybe it feeds videos from different channels. But if somehow it just stayed on the channel and everything was just another example of how that number's used ritualistically. Again, I haven't been able to finish the book on 201, and that's because there's almost a new one, every other day. But yeah, short form video, and it might just reach people and be more effective anyway. Because that's the thing too. That's been part of the reason I haven't finished my books, is it's a lot of work and they don't, get that much reception. I think between the two books, there's been about 10,000 total sales. 10,000. I mean, you think about it, it's like had videos that got over 1 million views. And by the way, I realized that my views on videos are pretty good over the years. I was watching this guy who has 500,000 subscribers. He's never had a video that got 1 million views ever. Here, I'll take one more call, then I'll make a point about this. 763.
Hey, what's up, Zach? It's Alex from Minneapolis. I don't know if you remember me.
Did you come with your girlfriend?
No, I didn't come with my girlfriend, but I was by myself. But I was there in that whole group and meet up in Minneapolis. We went to MOA and everything. But yeah, no, nice to talk to you again. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about was I got to kind of go, so I'm going to make this quick. But I like the short form video idea. I was thinking about, how people are kind of slow, so you kind of have to break it down really easily. I was thinking, let's say if you make like a TikTok channel about, let's say, the number 41 or Kobe or something, right? You could like title it, for example, why Kobe died at the age of 41. You could have a literal clip of, showing how his last shot was against Trey Lyle's number 41.
Sure.
Slow it down, show him like number 41, show him about how he walked off the court at 4.1 seconds left.
How when he scored 81, and the rest of his team scored 41. How when in his last game when he scored 60, the rest of his team scored 41, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Another example, you could have, another video, for example, why Alex Smith and Joe Theismann got hurt on the same yard mark on the same day. Show the clips, right?
Yeah. So the thing, I like this idea. That's how I was trying to think about if I make this short channel. If you just keep it to one number, it's hard to say, oh, and here's a Kobe 40. I mean, there were some 201s in Kobe's death, but maybe just a channel with just short, awesome number examples, and it doesn't have to be all the same number. So.
Right. No, I like the idea of that. Okay, cool, man. Yeah, I just wanted to talk to you real quick, but I got to get out of here. Nice to talk to you again.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks, man. Take care.
All right.
That thing in Minneapolis was cool. A lot of people came out. We had one of these big, long tables in a restaurant. I forget how many people were at that table. There were 20-some people there. And Minneapolis ended up being a relatively maybe Alex was the first. Alex, now that he might have been the first person to come out, now that I think about it. What's up, 605?
Hey, what's up? Hey, Zach, this is Eloy.
Oh, hey. How you doing, Eloy?
Hey, what's up? So with your question for the stream today, I think, honestly, I don't know if you've ever seen those shorts of people. I know it's kind of like cringy, but I don't know if you've ever seen those shorts of people where they do exposés on Disney. What they'll do is they'll show clips of the film, and then they'll do a Google search, but they'll show the Google search and then all the information with that Google search. And I think that'll maybe be a good idea. And then also maybe kind of just I know you want to do the numbers on shorts on just certain numbers. I think if you were to switch it up here and there, 201 one day, 56 the other day, break it down. I don't coming in and I don't know much about 56, but he has shorts pertaining to 56 and all the things that go into 56. If you know what I mean. Sure.
Yeah.
But I think that'll be a good idea. Is just kind of just putting what you want to say out there for that short, and then showing you doing your research on it, obviously Google search, whatever, and then obviously show that with what you're trying to say, and I think people would be able to relate / understand a little bit better.
Okay.
If any of that makes sense, I hope any.
It does make sense. Yes, it's along a similar idea of what the last caller said. So yeah, I think it's a good idea. I've been on this idea of getting well edited 1-minute videos packed with information.
What I noticed about those videos that blow up, and I don't know if you've ever seen them, but you might have, if you ever just scroll on Instagram, you come across that reel where they're trying to expose. The most recent one was Moana, They kind of went back as far as to like trying to understand, who Moana's dad was, and ended up being, I don't know the character's full name, but I think the main girl, her dad is Moana. Obviously, it translates back to that mythology, Hawaii and stuff. But all he did was kind of just decipher it, and, show the origins of the story.
Sure.
But I think, that'd be a good idea. So say like Jesuits, then kind of just go ham on, the numbers and stuff. But,
Okay.
I think that'll be, maybe a good idea or something. But that was all. Thanks for having me.
All right. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Have a good day. Bye.
Okay. Oh, well, we got Sebastian in the back room, and I'll take this, and then I got to wrap it up because I got to go get Sweet Girl. Overdue. What's up,
man?
Sebastian?
Yeah, I'll be quick. So I thought of a name, Truth Awakening. I saw it wasn't taken. And if you do Gematria Truth Awakening, then it would be GTA. If you want a video
how did it
editing,
become GTA? No, we're not going to use Gematria. No, because I do think it's a banned word. I think it's a filtered word.
I agree. Yeah, my channel's been doing so bad lately. I'm like I'm gonna make one video next month, and then that's it. I quit. Like I'm not for at least on that channel, because that channel is just completely not like, it seems whatever I do, it doesn't get any views. It's like it seems like it's like not. It's like, why am I gonna make videos if YouTube's just gonna totally shadow ban it and nobody can watch it? So I'm done with Truth Does Not Exist. Blender and DaVinci Resolve are great for video editing, and they have like a ton of plugins.
I heard DaVinci Resolve's the best one for vertical videos like TikTok is. So I'm looking into getting that software here. I'm getting a whole new computer set up.
Nice, yeah.
Like I got this thing coming. It's here. The new computer's not here yet, but this thing's going to make great for podcasting. You can plug in the phone line. I can take the calls right through this and get all the audio in one thing. So no, I'm planning to do it right this time and stay committed to it and see if we can build it up. But yeah, I do realize we need a rebrand because this channel has some kind of it's just obvious. I mean, I've never had a channel where I never got a single video that had good views. So this is new territory.
Yeah, and also the other guy said text now. Text now is a VoIP number. Google doesn't let you make new accounts with it. Sadly, you have to get like a real phone number.
That's what I've ran into in the past in terms of trying to make and get the thing to make videos longer than 15 minutes. So I might just have to sign up for a new phone number.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. I rebranded. I'm gonna, hopefully the new project will do well. But yeah, I'll still call in from time and again. But yeah, I've been just busy with that, and hopefully it'll work out. All right.
Yeah, I'll keep thinking more about the podcast name.
Oh, also, there's this cheap lavalier mic that you clip on. I got one. It's called the Hollyland like Lark M1, and it's only $20, and it's really good. And it's like a little wireless portable little mic. You can connect it to your phone. You can connect it to the computer and stuff. It's really cool.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'll see you, man.
All right. Take care. All right, yeah, we'll leave it there for now. Again, once I get my whole list of equipment, I'll get everything set up. This computer I have is a little over 5 years old now, and the maker, Evil Apple, they don't do system updates for it because it's not one of their Mac chips, so it just runs too clunky. It's like, that's why I don't do anything on OBS anymore. It's like my computer can't even handle OBS anymore. If you don't know what OBS is, it's what I used to make all my videos in, but yeah. So anyway, we're upgrading the system. Gonna figure out how to do the video editing thing and overcome the algorithm hump because yeah, I've just been trying to employ the method of just keep grinding anyway, and eventually we'll break through. But I don't think it's possible. I think they've literally done something so that the channel just can't reach anybody. And in this month of March, it's never been worse. Like, look, my average views in a live stream before were what, 250 to 350. We haven't had a single live stream this month that got even to 200 people, not one. So just everything's been chopped. And again, People keep telling me I got to give Rumble more of a shot, but man, I haven't had any luck on Rumble, and I really do feel Rumble is geared towards pro-Republican, which obviously this channel's not. I'm not pro any political party. But yeah, maybe there's some way to start a channel on there and like act like you're pro-Republican, but get people to think about things. I don't know. I have to get more clever in how we're doing things too. People are listening, like, wait a minute, this is making me not trust the Republican. Are we sure that? I don't know. Got to figure out how to get clever, man. So, yeah, more time efficient, more clever, and figure out how to beat this algorithm game. So, again, BitChute. I haven't been able to get views on BitChute for years. At first, it was just fine, and then all of a sudden, just something happened where every video got no more than 200 views. So definitely some kind of censorship on BitChute's been in effect for years. All right. Yeah, I got to go get Sweet Girl, you guys. Thank you for everyone who had a good idea. If you have a good idea and you want to contribute it in the comments, make sure you copy your comment anytime before you post it on YouTube, because I'm sure you've ran into it where you post a comment, it just vanishes into nowhere. That's another form of censorship. Take away comments, take away likes, take away views. I know they do all those things. Sometimes you can see it right at the beginning. The other day I checked on a video, it had 120 views. Not that was great. It had 35 likes. And then I checked 30 minutes later, and it has 110 views. So somehow it has 10 less views, and it was down to like 15 likes. I was like, oh, so we lost a bunch of likes, and we have somehow 10 less views than we had 30 minutes ago. So yeah, that's the reality of the game on YouTube if you're not promoting or doing content that they want on their platform. And yeah, anyway. The idea is we will overcome the obstacles, because yeah, it's 3 years of stuck in the mud, and it's not fun spinning your tires. And what's worse than stagnation is regression, and that's what's happening this month in a major way. So, yeah, we'll leave it there for now. Thank you again to everyone who hits the like. Thank you to everyone who supports the work. And the other big project that we will get done, and it might be the last book that gets written, depending on how it does, is finishing up the book that Jonathan and I are working on, 38 Special. And yeah, maybe figuring out how to master the shorts thing is the future. So we'll see. The point is to get the work out there, and I guess you got to meet people where they're at. So. Podcasting will be the long form video, and then perhaps all the other content that is made will be higher quality short form videos. All right. Let me know what you guys think about it. Again, please do leave a comment if you have any good ideas. If you want to be a contributor on the show, if you want to make a song, you guys can work on those things. I'll let you know where to send them in the future. And yeah, this time I'm not going to quit on the podcast, even if it gets off to a drastically bad start. It's got to be seen through to see what happens. So, all right, again, we'll leave it there. Have a good rest of your day, and until next time.